It just came out, I guess it came out Friday, about President Trump on Truth Social posting one video, and at the end of the video, there was the beginning of another video which portrayed the half-black former President Obama and his wife as monkeys. Uh, and why this is not as much of a scandal as the Democrats want to make it out to be. And actually, it shows who they really are more than anything else. So first, the facts about what happened. President Trump posted a video which discussed issues that we're not supposed to discuss. I don't know if it's still the policy on YouTube, but I remember in the past I used to get in trouble for discussing this. But I will just say that since it's in the historical context, I believe it's okay. I'm not necessarily saying whether I agree or disagree with the concept behind the video, but he was presenting a video which was discussing, offering evidence about irregularities during the 2020 election. And it appears that whoever was taking this video, instead of downloading it to share, he made a screenshot, like a running video screenshot of the video. And the next video that was like, because automatically when you run videos, especially like short videos, I don't exactly know where he got it from, that when he was running the video, then the next part was this video, which presented President and First Lady Obama as monkeys. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that's racist. Now, my first reaction to this was as follows. Without even realizing that this was by accident. There was no intention of showing this video. The intention was the other video, which is discussing a totally different subject. And then afterwards, the next video on the roll that the person stopped before presenting was this other video. And if you just know the history of both the Democrat Party and the Republican Party, it's really hypocritical for Democrats to call anybody racist. The Democrat Party was the party that founded the Ku Klux Klan after the Civil War, after they lost the Civil War. The Republican Party was the party that was founded to free the slaves. So to dare accuse Republicans of race, for Democrats to accuse Republicans of racism, is the stupidest thing in the world. It's so just totally ignorant of history. Now the Democrats will say, oh, the party's flipped. That's not true. It's just a lie. Just because the Democrats want to repeat the lie that the party's flipped. No, what happened is that the South stopped being racist. There's much more racism in New York City or Boston or in Los Angeles than there is anywhere in the Deep South right now. But, you'll find pockets here and there of kind of crazy people, but it's not the basis. So this particular video, so that was the mistake, that they made, was, not cutting off before, not editing properly before. And I'm sure President Trump didn't even watch the whole video before posting it. So the next issue that I wanted to bring out about this, so I remember a number of years ago, there was an episode of South Park where they were discussing a controversy, and again, this is a controversial subject, but it was a controversy about changing the state flag, and the state flag presented a very racist picture of stick figures, and and so a big fight broke out in South Park whether or not to keep the flag or not. And so many people were like, no, this is our heritage, right? And then Chef, he said, no, we gotta, we have to get rid of this flag. It's racist. So when the children came up, hi, thank you. When the children came up to discuss this, I don't know if it was Stan or Kyle, it's a long time ago. I haven't seen the show in a long time. So let's say it was Kyle. He gets up and he says, children have been, people have been doing these things for a long time, and I don't understand what the issue is with this flag. So then Chef, he stopped and he started crying and he said, this is the most beautiful thing, because these children didn't see race. They just saw human beings doing something violent and wrong. But the fact, and so they changed it that it was a mixed race group doing this horrific act. And I think that's really, if we show out our cards, this is what we're really talking about here. Is that someone like President Trump, who's from New York City, from the old-fashioned ways when before all the racism came back into New York City, mostly things started in the 90s and 2000s to really get bad. He's from the old-fashioned New York City where everyone got along, all different races, all different religions, all different identities. And he, I think, really looks at the world in a post-racial way. So even if he would post this whole video, and if you see the whole video, which was cut off, you have white people. Joe Biden, former Vice President Joe Biden was presented also as a monkey, and half Indian, 1/4 Jamaican, 1/4 white, former senator from California, Kamala Harris. She's presented as a tortoise. There's nothing racist about presenting a woman who claims to be black as a tortoise, right? So, and then there are other black people presented as other, meerkats and other things. In the full video that this little bit was cut off from and unintentionally posted. So, I really believe that, most of the Republican world are colorblind, and now the left will say, well, that's actually racist. What Martin Luther King taught about, judging people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. For the Democrats, that's racism, because they reinvent terms and use it for whatever works for them, as opposed to, I don't believe that even the person who made that video intended it to be racist, to present Mr. and Mrs. Obama as monkeys. Now, according to the left-wing science, we're all monkeys. So it doesn't matter what race you're from, right? But it is the left who insists on race, where it's the American right that is post-racial. And that's the big difference. And really, all the people who are freaking out and who are so offended by this, on the left, they're really showing their own racism. That's really what it's all about. So, hello, thank you, Tung, for your gift. I appreciate that. Michael Z asks if I rely on EBT. Thank God, I've been off of all of those programs for about 8 years now. So at one time in my life, I admit I needed those programs, and that's mostly because of Mr. and Mrs. Obama. That's really, and I'm so thankful that the economy is better and I don't need those programs. But when I was first married, first had my first kids, I was making a lot of money. President Bush was in the office then, and then the commie Obama came in, destroyed America, destroyed our economy, and unfortunately, I was, I needed those programs. I had my kids already before, started my family before that, so we were on difficult times. Thank God, things are much better now, and and I haven't been back on those programs, like I said, for about 8 years now. So I do not currently rely on EBT, and I never really relied on them, but it was a little bit of a help when it was needed. And in defense, how much does one kid in public school cost the taxpayer? Much more then the whole family on EBT, and we're also paying taxes. So we're just using the same programs that we're paying for. So it's nothing really, nothing, as long as we're honest and as long as we're following the rules, there's nothing dishonorable about that. So that's my answer. I don't know if Michael is still there or not, or he's just trolling. But that's my response to that. So, but thankfully, I have a good full-time job now. I remember at one point I was also on Section 8, and I took another job where I was actually, because of the expenses it was to drive 100 miles to go to do this job, I was losing money on the Section 8 program because they weren't counting in the mileage and everything else, all the expenses they had to do this job. But I rather would work than to have to take this money. So that's my history. That's my life. So, I have no shame that I used to use these programs when I was legally eligible to, and I worked to get out of that, and which many people that I know is in the same situation. And now, most of these numbers of everybody being on EBT and things, that was back in the Obama administration. So it has nothing to do with the fact that he's half black. I very proudly wanted to vote for one of my heroes who I got to meet, Dr. Ben Carson, who is an actual African American, not just half African and half American like Obama, who is someone who loves America, has nothing to do with race, has everything to do with ideology. So, but so that's but this whole story with what Tyler Oliveira, I welcome Tyler if he wants to do a live stream together with me, interview. I'd like to ask him some questions, and have a nice dialogue. So, all right, but I'm not a fan of the whole welfare state at all, but if it's the law, it's the law, and we're allowed to do things legally. And of course, fraud is wrong, and it's not just bad; it's a crime. There have been people accused of fraud who have been exonerated in our community, and you need to have the facts. And the way that Tyler handled that video was so silly. Like, he just went up to random people asking, "What are you doing? And do you work?" and this and that. And the truth of the matter is, if you're in Kollel, they take taxes out of your paycheck just like any other job. So the people who learn Torah all day, which are in Kiryas Joel, is a small minority. The majority of adults in Kiryas Joel work a regular job, and many of them do pretty well for themselves. So I don't understand this whole thing that he's bringing up. He's showing statistics from 2014, and and going and harassing random people. That's not how that works. As opposed to when the Mormon kid, what's his name? I don't remember his name now. He went and he had the facts in front of him. When he who is this? Gotta go to work. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you later.